Welcome to HotDrama TV. A Dream Within a Dream, the fantasy drama that dares to drag the industry itself. It begins like any other Chinese fantasy drama. Gorgeous sets, sweeping costumes, and a delicate romance soaked in soft lighting. But then, out of nowhere, it punches the entertainment industry right in the face. And we can't look away. When A Dream Within a Dream premiered on Jiangsu Satellite TV's Happiness Theater on June 26, no one quite expected it to cause such a stir. Sure, it had all the usual markers of a buzzy hit. Fantasy elements, a romantic twist, and rising stars like Li Yitong and Lu Yuning. But underneath the otherworldly aesthetics lies a biting satirical core that's got netizens howling. And not just from laughter. In fact, the show has become a mirror reflecting the very system it comes from. Sharp, sarcastic, and shockingly meta, it jabs straight at the heart of China's drama industry, exposing the cracks fans have long whispered about but rarely seen played out on screen. The story that tells on itself. At the center of the storm is Song Xiaoyu, played by Li Yitong, a struggling actress living on the edge of obscurity. Desperate to land a role in a historical drama, she unexpectedly finds herself sucked into the fictional world of that very drama. Within this parallel universe, she becomes Song Yimeng, the tragic heroine fated to die for dramatic effect. But Song Xiaoyu, armed with her 21st century savvy, isn't keen on going down with the script. She quickly realizes she's inside a story, and worse, that the story is written to favor the male lead no matter what. Her desperate attempts to change her fate ripple through the entire cast of characters, none more so than Nan Heng, played by Lu Yuning, the idealized male lead who begins to question his own role. As characters begin to realize they're just puppets in a writer's world, the narrative breaks the fourth wall, then torches it. The show becomes a surreal ride about actors trapped in a story trying to rewrite their lives, while the actual series is simultaneously rewriting the narrative of drama making itself. Wait, did they just say that? If that weren't wild enough, the dialogue is where the drama sets fire to every unspoken rule in Chinese television. Lines that would usually be deleted in the editing room are instead front and center. Take these gems which set the internet ablaze. There are 900 scenes. I want all the key moments and highlights to go to the male lead. Aren't there stand-ins for dialogue, action scenes, hands, even D scenes? You got the female lead role because we already went through every actress willing to play second to the male lead, and you were what we had left. The title of this drama is wrong. It has nothing to do with our male lead. Fans and critics alike were stunned. Had a mainstream TV drama just said out loud what insiders have only whispered behind closed doors? The answer seemed to be a resounding yes. And the internet, unsurprisingly, lost it. Satire or just spilling secrets? The show's blunt criticism didn't go unnoticed. Almost immediately, fans began dissecting the lines, comparing them to real-life controversies in the Chinese entertainment world. Male leads getting glorified while female characters are sidelined. Top billing decisions made by sponsors rather than talent. Body doubles used so blatantly they practically get their own credit roll. Memes flooded Weibo. Hashtags like hashtag A Dream Within a Dream exposes industry began trending. Commentators debated whether the show was gutsy satire or an accidental act of rebellion. Either way, the effect was the same. A Dream Within a Dream had become the drama everyone was talking about, not just for what it showed but for what it dared to say. The drama's screenwriter, perhaps sensing the powder keg they'd lit, responded with cheeky denial. "It wasn't me, I don't know anything. I'm just a regular writer." Fans saw through the smokescreen. No one writes dialogue like that by accident. Lu Yuning and Li Yitong, leading with layers. Amid the chaos, praise poured in for the leading duo. Li Yitong brings both vulnerability and steel to Song Xiaoyu, portraying a character torn between surviving in a fantasy world and critiquing the real one. Her role demands not just emotional depth but also sharp comedic timing, something she delivers in spades. Lu Yuning, on the other hand, takes on the challenge of playing a male lead, slowly realizing he's not the hero he thought he was. His portrayal of Nan Heng shifts from smug confidence to existential dread with subtlety and grace. Together, they create a dynamic that feels less like romantic leads and more like co-conspirators in a narrative coup. It's this chemistry, rooted in shared confusion, rebellion, and growth, that gives the show its real emotional weight. And as the plot spirals into self-aware chaos, their grounded performances keep us hooked. Art imitating life? Or defying it? What makes A Dream Within a Dream so compelling isn't just its cleverness. It's the deeper existential question it asks. What happens when people wake up to the fact that they're living a script written by someone else? In the context of the show, it's about fictional characters realizing their fate is not their own. But for viewers, especially those familiar with the drama industry's behind-the-scenes machinations, the metaphor hits home. Actors often have little say in how their roles are written, cut, or promoted. And even beyond showbiz, who hasn't felt like their life is being directed by unseen forces, bosses, systems, expectations? That's what elevates A Dream Within a Dream from clever parody to something more profound. It becomes a call to action, wrapped in a fantasy cloak, for anyone who's ever wanted to rewrite their own story. The risk and the reward. Of course, not everyone is thrilled. Some critics have called the show too on the nose, or worry that its satire might spark unwanted scrutiny from regulators. In an industry where self-censorship is often survival, this kind of open mockery can be a dangerous game. But if the goal was to start a conversation and make people think, A Dream Within a Dream has succeeded spectacularly. Whether it leads to real change in how dramas are made remains to be seen. But at the very least, it's made everyone, from fans to producers, stop and think. And maybe, just maybe, next time someone suggests cutting a female character's screen time to boost a male lead, they'll hesitate. The bigger picture. At its heart, A Dream Within a Dream is not just a fantasy romance, nor simply a scathing satire. It's a layered, daring experiment in storytelling that invites viewers to laugh, cringe, question, and hope. It's about reclaiming agency. Not just for fictional characters, but for actors, audiences, and anyone stuck in roles they didn't choose. It challenges the status quo with glitter and wit. It entertains while exposing. And most importantly, it refuses to let us stay asleep at the wheel. For all its wildness, this drama might just be a wake-up call. And who doesn't need one of those now and then?